In this video, I'll show you how to remove and replace a coolant temp sensor on a 4.7 liter Jeep Grand Cherokee. So we're going to remove the top of the air breather that's connected to the throttle body. I'm not going to take the air box off. You can. There's 4 clips. I'm just going to undo these. I've got 2 clamps here for the rubber air intake, and then 1 on the throttle body, and we're going to lift that right up. 8mm or flat screwdriver. And then there is 1 located in the back on the throttle body. It's right here. As soon as I find it. All right. So now, once this hose is out of the way, you can see that there's a mounting bolt here. And there's 1 directly on the other side. That's a 10mm socket. It's easier to get in there. Wrench will not work. And just loosen that up. And we'll get the other side. Here's the passenger side. Now we can lift the housing off the throttle body and the top of the engine. Just wiggle it back and forth. You got 1 more vent hose right here. So because of the angle and location of this coolant temp sensor, it's straight down here between the AC compressor and the alternator. I'm going to use a pair of pliers to take the connector off. That way I don't have to remove one of those big items. You can just reach down, put the pliers on the widest opening, reach down, then you can push in on that tab and lift up. Take the connector up out of the way. And now this is a 3/4 deep or 19mm deep socket. You can't get a wrench in there, so you have to use a socket. I'm going to use a 3/8 drive. You can use 1/2 inch if it works better for you. I'm just going to snap it free. Now I already have a catch pan down below. You will lose some coolant. Obviously the engine should be cool and cold. Make sure you have no pressure. And have a catch basin ready for any coolant that could come out. Turn it counterclockwise, back that socket, and sensor right off. So with a pair of long needle nose, I'm just going to pull that right out. And that's how I'm going to place the new one in. Just going to grab the very top of it without doing any damage to it. And you can just set it straight down, right on top of that. Use the socket extension and start it by hand like that. Once you get it started, you know it's not cross-threaded, go the rest of the way with the ratchet extension. There is no torque specs for this, but it has plumber's threading on it, so you want to make sure that you get this down and sealed. Once it stops, I like to do about a 1/4 turn, and I should be all set. And take that connector, bring it back around, line it up, and just push down till you hear the click. I might use my needle nose just to give it a little. Don't forget to run it top off the coolant, close the coolant radiator cap, and run it till normal temp. So now we can put the air housing back onto the throttle body. So you're going to put that rubber seal on there, rock this back and forth until it seats. You want to line up these mounting brackets right here on the side. And you can take a visual, feel, and see if that's going all the way down in. There we go. Now I'm going to put those mounting bolts on way before I tighten any other brackets. On the driver's side, I'm going to put in the mounting bolt, set up by hand, and then I'm going to go to the passenger side and do the same on that. Once those both are in place, you can tighten them up. That's a 10mm socket or wrench. While we're right here, let's put that breather hose back on. And now we can put on the actual rubber vent hose, air hose. And with a flathead screwdriver or a 8mm socket, I'm going to tighten up the clamps for the air box. And then the last one up here on the throttle body housing. When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.